In the latest escalation of the Israel-Hamas conflict, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has publicly dismissed a new offer by Hamas as political spin, claiming it contained nothing new. This stark rejection comes amid international pressure to reach a ceasefire and growing humanitarian concerns in Gaza. Hamas had expressed its readiness for a comprehensive agreement, including the exchange of all Israeli hostages in return for Palestinian prisoners. But Netanyahu's office responded swiftly, saying the offer failed to meet Israel's core demands. What are those demands? Israel has outlined 5 strict preconditions for ending the war. First, the unconditional release of all Israeli hostages. Second, the complete disarmament of Hamas. Third, full Israeli security control over the Gaza Strip. Fourth, a demilitarized Gaza. And finally, the establishment of a new civilian administration that excludes Hamas. These conditions are non-negotiable, according to Israeli officials. Defense Minister Israel Katz reinforced this position with a dire warning. In his words, if Hamas refuses these terms, Gaza City could be devastated, just like the cities of Rafah and Beit Hanun, both of which have seen intense Israeli military operations in recent months. The message from Israel is clear. Any offer that falls short of these 5 criteria is a non-starter. Behind this diplomatic breakdown is a military strategy in motion. The Israeli Defense Forces are continuing operations in central Gaza. Troop reinforcements are being mobilized, and evacuation warnings have been issued to Gaza City residents, signaling a potential full-scale ground offensive. For Hamas, the stakes are just as high. The group's leadership insists it remains committed to a prisoner exchange and ceasefire, but it refuses to disarm or cede control of Gaza. Accepting Israel's terms would mean dissolving its military and political influence in the region, something it has never agreed to before. International mediators, including Egypt, Qatar, and the United States, have struggled to bring both sides to a resolution. Previous ceasefire talks have collapsed over similar sticking points, most notably Hamas's refusal to disarm and Israel's insistence on post-war security arrangements. The humanitarian cost continues to mount. UN agencies warn of severe shortages of food, water, and medical aid in Gaza. Over 1 million residents are now displaced, and infrastructure is crumbling under the strain of prolonged conflict. And yet the political will for peace remains elusive. Netanyahu's firm stance aligns with hardline elements in his coalition who oppose any deal that allows Hamas to survive politically or militarily. With elections looming and public pressure mounting, the Israeli government appears more determined than ever to settle the conflict on its own terms. The situation in Gaza is at a tipping point. If Hamas rejects the conditions, a large-scale assault on Gaza City could be imminent. If it agrees, the region could see the first steps toward a fragile peace, but one that would likely come at an enormous cost for all involved.